Good morning, everybody. You like that switcheroo? uh, this is Mikael Live, and um, apologize for being late, but it's a challenge sometimes. And however, if you didn't get the address, we at 3807 East 8 Mile Road, and that's between Ryan and DeQuinda, and the phone number over there is 586-757 Diet, or still 313-366-3438. That number is still good. And the 313-600-8532. That number is still good. Well, back in December, we announced we was going to have a free raffle. And this is one of my standby here is the Tahitian Noni juice. So that's what we raffling off today. And as soon as the engineer could get a moment, we have a bag here with all of these people who have came by Healthwise and fill out that form, which gave us their email address, and so we gonna have a drawing, and whatever name he pick out the hat will be the winner of this famous Tahitian noni juice. So, are you ready? Okay, well, come on and pick it out the bag here. We get a little, but the only thing you have to close your eyes. You can't look. Just close your eyes and just pick out one somewhere in there. Yeah, it's a lot of there in there. So all you need is one winner, though. Okay, and the lucky winner is Miss Niles. It's some Mari Niles in Utica in Fraser, Michigan. All right. Thank you, sir. So we had to call Miss Giles, Giles, and let her know she won her free bottle of noni, and she filled this out on February the 3rd, 2017, and there we go, our winner. Just to let you know, next Saturday, the 20th, we can have this come join us for what we call Ask Mikael. This be the Saturday from 11 to 12. Was a round table discussion from with people that volunteered Healthwise, and community staff come in, and we offer, like I said, a free session where we ask questions about health and about products that we have there, and remedies that will be passed down from generations, and remedies that we have been exposed to that have been very successful. So that'll be next Saturday. And one more announcement. I went to see Les Brown, one of my mentors, and yesterday he was at Unity Church over on 11 Mile, just west of what's that? Hubble. Let me see. Hoover, just west of Hoover. And it's going to be back next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And he's teaching people to be and receive and use their gifts. We all are born with gifts. And one of his quotes is saying is that one of the richest grounds on the planet is a graveyard, because people take their dreams to the grave with them and don't pursue them. But his classes that he's offering for free is teaching people to use those gifts, whatever it takes, whether it's to enhance your nerve, or your spirituality, your physiology, your faith, whatever it takes. He's got the tools, he's got the track record, and so folks can be all they can be. And it was a real good session, and for it to offer it free was is phenomenal because he has gotten paid 100, 200, 300, $400,000 for sharing information that he shared with us, yesterday, and to offer it free. Because Detroit Unity is where he got his home, where he got his start, and so he's giving back. But he's always giving back, and I think that's one of the reasons why he has been so successful. Is because the law is you can't outgive God, and he's like I say is given, and it's been very very successful, and loving his people. I've been, like I said, knowing Les for 30 something years, and we just gonna bless his soul because I was he is remarkable because he had cancer, and he had several years ago, and he had a PSA count of 200 no 2,400, and he announced on the radio yesterday that it was below zero, and they asked him, well, what do you do? He surrounded himself by people and by books, and seeked out people who had cancer and what they did to get rid of it. And a lot of diseases is mental, and it's kind of hard for people to conceive that, but people did conceive it, and they got rid of that mental disease, and he got rid of, like I say, he is a cancer, survivor. They can't, find it in his body anymore. So that's, remarkable. And but what he's working on is that sciatic nerve, which is what I worked on myself. Oh, it had to be at least 7 to 8 years ago, and I took that formula that Dr. Wallach had put together, called it, well, now they call it a bone pack, and it rebuilt that cartilage in my body, and whereas I can, like I say, drop it like it's hot and get back up, and I'm every day I'm thankful that I can do that, and Sunday I went dancing, with but a bunch of folks that was like 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, and I just danced all night, and surprisingly I'm happy to report that my wife was right there with me dancing all night. So from her exercise program, she's it's a hang, and we, like I said, we just had a good time. And I don't say that to brag, but to impress upon you that taking all these nourishments and nutrients and putting into your body what God designed your body to operate on allows you to be young longer, okay? To feel young longer. It like I said, it does work. And as like I said, it's a whole lot cheaper than a funeral. Um, One of the things my mother, okay, she loves is this Tahitian noni juice, and she, like I say, is remarkable, and she do the exercises and just giving great results with it. And we came out with the noni juice. It came out in '96, and we got involved with it in 2001. And mom's been mom and dad been taking it since basically 2001 to 2002. So it's like 15 years, and she's remarkable. Plus she exercises and she walks and she of course drink the water that we have, and like I say, she's going to be 84, but in another couple weeks. It's like the week after Mother's Day, It's like I say, it's remarkable. But noni juice is remarkable. And back then, we was getting all these reports, but we found out that the Tahitian noni, okay, The natural juice of Tahitian noni juice has been used to improve health in Tahiti for over 2,000 years. Now it comes to America and is helping thousands by relieving pain and encouraging healing. Okay, this is like some of the first works that when we first got this noni juice in 2001. Of course, they a lot more direct with their information. Ancient people of what is known as French Polynesian colonized islands throughout South Pacific. As they made their voyages from island to island in the ocean, going through canoes, they brought with them plants from the home island. These plants contained the basic foods, construction materials, and medicines used by the Polynesian colonizers. Perhaps the most important of these plants was simply known as noni. Noni was highly valued for its medical qualities. Ancient healing manuscripts handed down from generation to generation cite the noni fruit as the primary ingredient in their natural healing preparations. It was the key. It was then, as it is now, for over 2,000 years. Scientists have studied the noni plant for many years, hoping to unlock the secrets of its tremendous impact on the body. There's over 150 nutraceuticals in the noni. It's study after study, noni has been found to be exactly what traditional Polynesian healings has always known. They got these folks, they knew what was going on from the results for 2,000 years, and now the scientists is catching up. Dr. Ralph Heineke pioneered the study of the adenoids xanthan, which is abundant in the noni fruit. Dr. Heideke's work has led to the understanding of why noni has such a tremendous impact on the human body. The compounds of noni actually work at the cellular level to cause cell regeneration and increase cells factories. It's like your body is constantly rebuilding new cells. Every 28 days, the cells on your skin is being completely replaced, and it can only be replaced at the level of what you provided to rebuild cells with. And putting noni juice into your body, now your body has better tools to rebuild your skin and all the other cells in your body. Mona Harrison, who came on the show, I wish I could find that tape because it was just a tape then. We didn't have a video, audio, I should say visual. And she always talked about the noni and the water. Matter of fact, when she went to Tahiti and to the islands, even in Hawaii, and see these ancient hospitals, well, all the ancient hospitals always had noni fruit right on the grounds because they had been using it in the hospitals for over 2,000 years to promote the healing. In Tahiti, in Hawaii, it's the same thing. They was using noni and been using it for, these are some of the traditional uses. Mona Harrison always talk about that noni, and she always talk about the water and how they like complement one another. And the noni, the water that she had, we used to call it the mojo water, and we used to sell it for like 16 ounces was like $3 because he had this one of two machines in the whole world. It cost over $500,000, $500,000 for this water machine. But when you drink that water, it just makes you feel so much better. And then you had the noni with it. it's just making you feel so much better. Well, the conjuring water people, the people who make the conjuring water machine, the Magic, they are the ones who made that $500,000 machine. Okay, and they got a scaled down version of what we have at Healthwise called the conjuring machine. And people love the water from the conjuring machine. And then we then took it and ran across what this brother, this scientist who spent 40 years studying what God does to the water to purify it, take it back to that God healing water. And he studied that for 40 years and he developed a restructuring unit. So now we take that conjuring water, which is already operating at peak performance, and took it to another level by having all the water go through the restructuring unit. Now that the conjuring water already put more oxygen and takes out, and those chlorine and fluoride and pesticides and herbicides, using a filtering system, plus using this system where they use the titanium platinum plates, and they had the highest wattage than any machine in the country that I've seen anyway. This is when we first got into the conjuring water machines. Back then, I don't know how things have progressed, but we got over 245 square inches of surface area of the whole titanium platinum plates. The other ones that we seen, it was only 50 square inches or 110 square inches. So the conjuring water machine is either 4 to twice the surface area that the water goes over to change it from tap water to a conjuring water. Some people call it alkaline water. And the other key point of this machine was the electricity, the wattage. The conjuring water folks use 230 watts, whereas the other company was only using 80 watts. So that's almost 3 times the wattage. So that's one of the reasons the machine costs as much, but then the quality of the water is so much higher. And I always like get the best, if I can't afford it. And that's what we went through. The extra expense, it took us almost 2 years to pay for the machine. But in the meantime, the people that come by Healthwise, you got the best water. And then for the last 2 or 3 years, we've been restructuring that water. And taking that water with the noni juice is remarkable. And then we took that plug, because the conjuring water machine uses electricity. And the plug, it neutralized these electromagnetic fields that come from all electricities. And it promotes healing in the body. Now we got the conjuring water using this electricity from the plug, and that's a third mechanism we use to enhance the water from Healthwise. And all of that we still offer it, for free. And most people give us, like I said, a donation to help us with the water bill. And then we're going to turn around and enhance that water to a fourth dimension by using the Aquaman boost. Yes, yes, yes. The Aquaman boost in the water takes the water to even another level of promoting healing in the body. Now, I'm not a doctor, a lawyer, nutritionist, or dietitianist. I'm just giving you from the studies I've read, some of the things, the reports they have said in there. Okay, we're not making any claims that everybody would get these results. Okay, these are just reporting for information. And I'm just excited about it because my nephew, who's been diagnosed with autism, back in October, he started drinking his water with the Aquaman boost in it, and his parents are just elated. His teachers, his counselors, his principals, his friends, they just amazed at the improvements that he have made was that the past 6 months, and the only thing that's different is he's added the Aquaman boost to his diet. His mama puts it in everything that he drinks, and they are just, excuse me, they just elated at the results. So a great combo, like I say, it's up to you. Is all of these together, and matter of fact, I can talk about the water so much. Let me take me a sip. The combinations that, because our body is so complicated, we need, like I say, combinations to get results. They throwing combinations at us through. Most people know about the poisons that's in the water. Okay, most people know about the poisons that's in the air, and most people know about the poisons that's in the food. What is so we constantly being bombarded with these poisonous substances, with chlorine, fluoride, pesticides, herbicides, nitrates. Like I said, and the list goes on. Putting these things into your body now gives your body a fighting chance to fight off the causes of a lot of different diseases. It's a whole lot easier to prevent a disease rather than get it than trying to get rid of it. Some of the Polynesians, what they did, because they had good water, because they like 3,000, I should say 3,000, but at least one to 2,000 miles away from any industrial company or country. Okay, living in Polynesia, it's like way south of Hawaii, and so the air is pure, the water is pure, and the ground is extremely fertile. We used to joke and say if you can stick a baseball bat in the Polynesian ground, you can grow little baseball bats. That's how fertile it is. The food we eat in America is only as good as the ground that it's grown on. It results in what we've seen in tests, 98% of the soil in this country is depleted of its minerals. The noni, it has its minerals. It has over 150 nutraceuticals, which is the tools that the body needs to rebuild new cells. It's in that noni juice. The proof is this is just some of the traditional uses of the noni from Polynesia. Digestive system. From those people who had diarrhea, intestinal parasites, indigestion, stomach ulcers, reported remarkable results from taking 1 or 2 ounces of noni on a daily basis. Chest infections, from cough, tuberculosis, asthma, respiratory infections. These are just some of what they use the noni juice for. Eye infections, like eye complications. Now, of course, you can't put the noni juice directly into the eye, but what they did, I remember this system because I've used it. They get a fresh bottle of the noni, and they would run it through an ounce and run it through a strainer, like a cheesecloth strainer, because it has fruit particles in it. Run it through that, then take that 1 ounce and mix it with 3 ounces of water. And they was taking that and putting those drops right into their eyes and getting remarkable results. Another technique they did for the eyes is they would take the noni juice directly, put it on a cotton pad, close your eyes, and then put that noni rich pad right on the eyes. Put some plastic over that, and then a bandana to hold it into place, and they would go to sleep with it. Wake up in the morning with great results. Fevers, fevers with vomiting and flus. This is some of the things they took the noni juice with. And still to this day, mouth and throat infections, inflamed, sore gums, sore throat with a cough, gingivitis, toothaches. skin infections and inflammation, abscess, boils, abrasions, bruises, wounds, infections. They got a noni, what they call it, a noni skin supplement that has that noni nutrients in it. And people, I learned this from a nurse in California. The skin supplement from noni, they would put it on what they call those little tags, and in about 3 to 5 days, the tags was falling off. I could say it's remarkable. Internal disorders like diabetes, high blood pressure, headaches, kidneys, and bladders. This is what they was using. The Polynesians were using the noni for, and they use it for disorders like malignans and tumors. Gender specifics like childbirth, pregnancy, menstrual cramps, regulated menstrual flow, the fibroids, prostate disorders, using the noni. Bone and joint complications from arthritis, broken bones, and strains. I've seen at a presentation where this lady had scoliosis, where her back was curved, and seemed like 2 or 3 times a week her husband had to adjust her back. She started taking 1 or 2 ounces of noni juice every day, and she noticed after 2 weeks she hadn't had her husband make adjustment on her back. And the husband noticed it, but he wasn't saying anything. And she did that presentation at a noni meeting, taking that noni from no adjustments. And effects of aging, given as a general rule, a health tonic to treat the general effects of aging. Now this same company got a new and improved noni called the Noni Max that they have proven that it has 9 additional properties to it. Okay. One of them that the Noni Max proved that if you take 2 ounces a day, it will reverse your age anywhere from 18 to 24%. 2 ounces. That Noni Max is, what is it? This is 30 ergoids per ounce. That one is 120. 4 times the strength of the ergoids in the Noni Max. They also have a super duper Noni Max concentrate that's 360 ergoids per 1 ounce serving. Okay, so you can imagine. But this is some of the, here we go. Let me see. He just got a lot of good information here. The bottom line, I'm going to just give that to you, is that just 2 ounces of Noni Max a day has been shown to help with 1, protect against premature aging. A lot of folks age too quickly because they think that's the age they're supposed to be. Like when you get 40, 50, or 60, you're supposed to have high blood pressure or sugar diabetes or arthritis. You know, your joints are supposed to be getting stiff. um, and you can't move. Well, that comes with aging. That comes with your belief that you're supposed to be aging like that. Okay? That's, we call it a belief system, the BS. Okay? 2 ounces of noni a day protects against premature aging. This is some of the reports from Tahitian Noni. Promotes healthy angiogenesis. Supports circular health. Maintain healthy cholesterol levels. Support healthy inflammatory response. That's that pain. Optimizing your immune system. See, that is so key, that 80% of our small intestines is harmful bacteria, and it should be 80% friendly bacteria. That's like your power source Mona Harrison said, like the second brain to of your immune system. That's like the core. The key is that immune system. It's like your main source to fight off the causes of dis-ease. Taking things that turn them negative, I should say, the harmful effects of having your colon being 80% harmful bacteria, working towards being 80% friendly bacteria. You got your noni juice to concentrate it to help enhance that if you choose to. Caller, yes, you got a comment or a question? Hello, caller? I can't hear him or her. Hello? Is there something going on with they hung up? I can't hear anything. Well, caller, uh, don't know what to do and pushing the buttons and it's not working. So if you want to give me the call after the show, you can call me at 313-600-8532, and we can have a private conversation. Or maybe you can try another phone number. I'm going to go to caller number 2. Hello, caller, you got a question or comment? And they hung up. So I don't know what's going on with the phone lines, but it's 3 different numbers here. You see one on the TV is 868-4336, okay, and the other one is 868-0351. There's another one, 868-0342. So if you want to call in and make a comment, of course, well appreciated. Don't know what's going on with the telephones. The other thing, here we go. Hello, caller. You got a question or comment?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you. What number did you call in, by the way? The last
I'd like
4.
to know. Yes. My name is Trone, and I'm calling because I want to know
if what?
To hear that noni juice is good for dementia. Is it?
Well, according to my mother, she's technically a mother-in-law, but we call her Mama Di.
Okay.
Okay. She loves it, and she's like 83, going to 84 in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what I know from sciences from this doctor named Mary Newport, her husband had dementia, and she started giving him an ounce of the raw coconut oil every day because he loved oatmeal, and she would put that coconut oil in there instead of butter. And in in 6 months, he was back to helping her at the office because she was a doctor. She was helping her with the paperwork, and back at home because he was the cook, helping her cook again at home. I mean, actually, he was the main cook at home. And in 6 months, from drinking an ounce of the coconut oil every day, and we got a report on that. Pardon me?
Is that organic coconut oil you're talking about?
Yeah, the raw organic coconut oil. We have it at Healthwise. It's an ounce a day. I take an ounce and put it on my body every day and wait about 5 minutes to let it absorb before I finish dressing. Okay, and I put it where I used to use butter. Well, I still use butter because we got this butter from the Amish. But I switch up in the butter from the Amish. If I can't get that or choice, I use coconut oil. But I use it at least an ounce of myself every day, either on my on my food or on my body.
Okay, thank you for that. Enlighten me on that one.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hotep to you.
Hotep. Hello, caller. You got a question or comment?
Yes, good morning. I'm the one that called earlier.
Great.
I have a sister that has arthritis in her right knee, and it's so bad now it has twisted her knee inward. Would this help her, and if so, she's living in Alabama. I would like to get some to send her, and I wanted to know the price and all of that. Or if you can't give it over the air, I'll call you later and find out, and I'll hang up and listen.
Okay. Um, well, I would encourage you to stop by Healthwise at 3807 East 8 Mile. We between Ryan and DeQuinda, but some people say we're between Taco Bell and Long John Silver. There's a big parking lot between us and Long John Silver, and they say we can use their lot if folks can't find a parking space because our lot is small. We have had people who've testified how the Tishanoni juice has helped them with arthritis. Um, we've had, and Polynesians had talked about it, how it deals with bones and joints complaints and dealing with arthritis and broken bones and strains. Um, so we have a choice. We have Dr. Wallach's formula called the Bone Pack that it's about 6 different things, and people, because they have cured arthritis in animals 300 years ago with nutrition, and that's the thread of all of this, is giving the nutrients that God designed our body to operate on. Well, that's the fresh fruits. That's the source of the nutrients. Fresh vegetables, the nuts, the seeds, the sprouted foods, the fermented foods. Those are the nutrients, the sources of nutrients. When we put those nutrients into our body, that God-given force in each and every one of us now has the tools it needs to rebuild collagens and strengthen bones and strengthen the heart. And people say that the arthritis pains and inflammation just gets less and less based on their reports. The Hishinoni juice, we've had over and over again. People have great results with it from all these conditions. And so we can't say this will cure anybody because we can't use the word that make it illegal, but we do things to help make your body 100% healthy. I know it works for myself because I've been using it. And like I say, I'm 67, and it's remarkable, but it just let me know the power of that we have, that God has given us. Hopefully that impress upon you the importance of getting the nutrients into our bodies, and not this stuff they advertise all the time, and programming and brainwashing and telling us that this is our food when it's loaded with all these poisons. They dress it up, but like they did the same thing with the Trojan horse. um, this level of these 9 different things that the Noni concentrated that people have shown to help, the boosting and enhancing and it's sustaining the energy, enhancing the healthy brain function. We had a guy who didn't believe in the Noni, and but he had to end up having a stroke. His whole left side of his body is paralyzed. Couldn't walk or nothing. Couldn't talk or anything. The Hishinoni juice is in the physician's desk reference, the PDR, their Bible. His nephew sent 3 cases of this noni juice, which is 12 bottles, to the hospital where his uncle was at. The doctor didn't okay for his patient to take the noni juice. So the nephew had to get on the phone with him and have the doctor go to his PDR, pull up the noni, and gave a list of the things that has been tested from the PDR about the noni juice. Once the doctor saw that, okay, he started drinking a case, 4 bottles a day. In 3 days, that uncle walked out the hospital without a cane, without a walker, without a wheelchair, without assistance. And you could understand him. His body was back to functioning. Now, that dementia messes with the brain, getting the nourishments back into the body. Whatever happened, I just assumed that it rebuilt those brain cells. We had a sister, I just saw yesterday. She took that exam for, wow, the time went so fast, but she took that exam for not for real estate, but for a broker. Passed it the first time. She swears by that Noni and the Noni Max providing nourishment for her brain to pass that difficult exam the first time. And she still takes it today to maintain. Fights free radicals. Those are the nutrients. Those are not the nutrients. Those are the what cells or chemicals, the free radicals causes diseases in the body. Providing the nourishment in the concentrated form to neutralize those free radicals so they don't cause harm in the body. Optimizing your immune system. These are just some of the things that people have talked about with the Tahitian noni, with the noni concentrate, and with the noni super concentrate, and just adding this here, the Aquaman boost. You can add it to the noni. You can add it to the water. You can add it to everything that you drink. I can't impress enough on you how this is so important. But the proof is in the pudding. People say, well, it costs. I always say it's cheaper than a funeral. And you don't have but one life. And the things that Les Brown was talking about yesterday is that when we set our mind on something, we get results. This lady, we call Abraham, and she's Abraham Hicks. You can go to YouTube, get tons of information. It's like go to YouTube, get tons of information about Les Brown. But she put out this book, Asking It Is Given, talking about the powers that we have with our brain, our focus. Those God-given powers that God has given each and every one of us. And I've asked this questions hundreds of times. Anything that you focus on that you really, really wanted, and you didn't let nothing take you off your course, kept your eyes on the prize, 100% of the time people got it. That's an example of God's power that he has given up to us. We come through our parents, but God created us. What makes us God's sons and God's daughters? We're more spiritual than we are physical. And the more we focus on that, we can start to see through the commercials, the brainwashing tactics that they keep telling us over and over again. We all know where these fast food restaurants are. Why they keep telling us? It's part of the brainwashing. I used to tell folks go to, those fast food restaurants because they had clean bathrooms and drink a lot of water. You want to let it go. But I noticed myself, after every 2 or 3 times, I want to stop and get me some French fries. I said, I'd rather hold it, go somewhere else, rather than even go in there, because I bleed to my soul. They got some subliminal messages in that music. You can't tell me they don't. Anyway, folks, my time is up. Give us a call at 366-DIET. Call me at 600-8532. Or stop by 3807 East 8 Mile. And thank you, God, for providing this knowledge to me, because I'm going to share it with my brothers and sisters. And come get you a hug. Peace and love, y'all.